What's up, BoopTube? Josh here today, and I've got most of the motor tore down to get pressure washed, most of the big stuff, and I got the hand-me-down pressure washer working. So I'm gonna pull it out, pressure wash the engine, and then probably paint it black so that you can't see all the oil leaks. So yeah, let's get started. Alright, so I got it washed and everything. I didn't really film any of it, mainly because it's raining outside and I didn't want to sit my phone or camera equipment out there in the rain. So I got it all taken down. Took the intake off just to make sure that water wasn't getting into the intake runners, which I'm glad I checked because there was some water in the intake runners. So I just took the shot back and backed it out. I know that the most of the valves seal good because there was water puddled up on top of the valve instead of down in the cylinder, which is a good thing. Except for that one. That one was open. The rest of them look to be either partially closed or closed. So everything looks good. I don't see any sludge. There's discoloration from the oil and everything else, but it cleaned up pretty well. Now I'm trying to decide if I want to take the heads off so that I can pressure wash all the dirty part that I couldn't get to because the intake was on it. But I think I'm probably just going to leave it and stick the intake back on, since you're not ever going to see it anyways. But it's the principle. So I don't know if I'm going to do that yet, because really this is going to be like pretty much a sloppy build. The less you take apart, the better. So next is to do the valve springs, since this is going to have a turbo on it, and maybe the camshaft. But I have to go get a transmission first, whether I rebuild the one that I've got or I go and pick one up tomorrow. So we shall see. For now, since it's raining, I'm not going to be able to paint anything. So I'm just going to let it air dry some more, and come back to it later on. Alright, so I went ahead and did some just hand cleaning, obviously. Brake clean, shop towels, just to get this cleaned up really good. I'll work on getting this like rubber dirt off of it. It looks like it scrapes off pretty easily, so I'll probably get all that off. But just for comparison, like there's a clean side and there's a dirty side, so we're getting there. Yeah, I'm going to continue on working. Boom, better. All right, so yeah, do a little bit more information about this motor in general. I found out that it came out of a 2002 Chevy Silverado 2500, because somebody was kind enough to, well, if the starter wasn't wedged in the, there we go, 02 Chevy 2500 6.0 auto. I don't know what's wrote down here, but everything that I've seen, though, 4L80s don't have a 3-bolt flex plate, but I may be mistaken. So it's a 6.0. Clearly it's a truck because it's got the cathedral heads. It's an early style. It's an LQ4 because it's an 02, so it makes a little bit less power. And I think the LQ9s are aluminum blocks or something like that. It's got so it's iron block, aluminum heads, cathedral port. This is a short crank. The long cranks were in the 99 to 00s, which require a different flex plate if you're going to use different types of transmissions. This should just bolt up to anything that's in the last like 25 years. And it's a 24 sprocket crank, 24 plus 1 crank angle sensor, by the fact that it's got a black connector instead of a blue, I believe. And then it's got the MVEC, whatever style injectors. So I got all the information that I need to go ahead and order the Holley Terminator kit. Mainly the only thing that's holding me up from really surging forward right now is transmission, because I'd like to get this in the truck wired up with none of the accessories on it, just the alternator and the water pump, probably not even that far, and start it and see if it runs and if it runs good or not. But I don't know if I'm going to run that intake manifold. I'd like to convert it. So right now it's drive-by-wire. It's got the plug on it and everything, so it's an electric throttle body. I'd like to convert it to the cable style. That way I don't have to cut the one that's in the truck out and do something different. It looks like the one that's in it's going to be too short, though. I'm pretty sure this is that's the cable for it, unless yeah, I think that's the throttle body for it. I could be mistaken though. I don't remember. I think that's it. But yeah, so I mean, I've got a bunch of the little odds and ends things to figure out, like the fittings so that the power steering works with it, and AC stuff. So I've got the high pressure line that runs over to the heat exchanger, and then so I need the high pressure line that comes out and goes into from here to the pump, and then the low pressure line that runs from the pump to the return. So your big line, so the way, I don't know if any of y'all really care to know about this, but the Freon is compressed in the compressor, runs from the compressor into the exchanger, condenser, cools down, so it's in liquid form, cools down in liquid form, comes out, runs across into your evaporator. So it comes into the bottom, it's a big open core, and it evaporates off, and that's what gives the cooling effect. And then it comes out, runs through a dryer so that so you lose all the oil and crap and whatever, and it comes back into the low side of the compressor. That's how AC systems work, in nuts and bolts reasons. So yeah, with that, I guess I'm gonna wait for it to quit raining so that I can drag this out and paint it black for the most part, and I'll probably unbolt that, take it out there and clean it, pressure wash it, and go from there. Alright guys, till next time, deuces.